Hey guys, it's Jeff. Got another quick video for you. This one's going to be a quick introduction to the ZT0640 from Zero Tolerance, coming up after this. Hey guys, I'm back. So a quick video for you. This is on a knife that I've been wanting for a long time. Since it came out, I believe it was announced in November of last year. And this one has had kind of a conflicted introduction to the knife community. The first thing that most people see when they look at this knife, it really just kind of pops out at you, is the color of these scales, right? So these are carbon fiber, but they're using what they're calling a green carbon fiber. But if you look at it, it's kind of a yellowish tint to the green. So a lot of people are turned off by that. I personally like it. You know, I've had a lot of carbon fiber knives, and when you look at the different patterns on the knives, you know, they start to get boring after a while. You know, they all kind of look the same, the black and gray. That's not something that's been really appealing to me. This color combination, it's different and it's eye-catching. So for that reason, I like it. I also have been a fan of Emerson knives for a while. I had the ZT0640 with the Emerson wave on it, and I really like that knife. I like the action. It's on phosphorus bronze washers, and it's very smooth in its deployment. It's got good detents, and that same consistency has followed through with this offering from Zero Tolerance as well. Again, another Emerson collaboration with Zero Tolerance. The other main factor here is the disc at the top. That's something that, you know, Emerson does with a lot of their knives. Kershaw does it with their collaborations from Emerson. You see it here as well. And it's something, you know, it helps with the deployment, and it's kind of unique. A lot of people use that as an area to modify their knives to make them a little bit more unique. So moving along, this is a USA made blade. It comes in CPM 20 CV steel, which is supposedly a pretty decent steel. It's got a blade length of 3.75 inches, a blade thickness of 0.156 inches. So it's not really super thick. If you look at the thickness of the blade here, it's not crazy thick. You know, you can compare it to the 640 that's been out a while. They're about the same on the spines. The difference is this one swedges way before the 640 does. You can see this swedge up at the top here is all the way back, right? So you're losing some of the thickness, or the perception of thickness, towards the top of the spine. The closed length on this guy is 4.75 inches. The overall length is 8.5 open, and the weight is 4.4 ounces. So how does that compare? Well, let me show you a couple of comparisons. So I've shown you the 630 already, and we'll go ahead and just do it based off of length. So there's the 630. There's a 640. And then a couple other competitive options, or options in that size. There's a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and here's a Kershaw. This is another favorite of mine, a Kershaw bare knuckle. And let me get these out of the way. And our favorite hand model on the internet, who demos knives, always likes to throw this one into the mix for everybody to enjoy. So you can see how that one compares, quite a bit smaller. And another thing that I'll point out is when you first pick this knife up, you know, you deploy the knife, the very first thing you're going to notice is, man, that thing pops. It's just smooth as butter, smooth as glass. But the other thing, or the second thing you notice after the visuals, right, because you're going to notice that green carbon fiber, it is kind of a dense feeling knife, right? So it is titanium, it is, you know, a thicker steel. It does have some weight to it though, and you're going to notice that right away. So I'll go ahead and throw it on the scale. I mean, we know it weighs 4.4 ounces, but I just wanted to compare it to some of the other offerings that are out there. So 4.4 ounces, and then we'll compare it to, say, the bare knuckle, 3.9, it's lighter, it feels lighter. Paramilitary, 3.8, it's lighter, it feels lighter. And then the 630, it's heavier and it feels heavier. So anyway, that aside, I did want to point that out to you guys because it is something that you'll notice right off the bat when you're handling this knife. Is it is a little bit heavier. So a couple of things, you know, I've already talked about the scales, I've talked about the weight. The last thing that bothers me in this knife is that pocket clip. So I have contacted ZT about getting a replacement pocket clip for this knife. That pocket clip sits out of the pocket a lot, and even in slacks, you know, this thing is just, it's a bear to get into your pants. It's very thin, so it's not going to create any hot spots if you're really getting down on it. But if you're like me and you're trying to get it into a pocket and you don't want, you know, big old knife sticking out of your pocket that people are going to notice right away, you want a deeper carry pocket clip, and that is a problem on this knife. Now, the good side, carbon fiber. I love carbon fiber. It's a lightweight material. Titanium. Titanium is a great material. It's very lightweight, very durable. I like the Emerson disc here. I think it's a great deployment option for a knife. I've heard complaints that you can't Spidey flick it. I mean, you just saw me do it. It is possible to do. It's not probably the preferred method. Other things people talk about is this little hump on the back. Can you rotate it out? Well, you can, but as soon as you get here, it's gonna lock up on you. But one thing that I was playing with today is if you hold it like that, you can actually do kind of a forward flick out with your pointer finger here. So I don't know, that's probably not the preferred method. You know, just a quick thumb flick is all it takes to get this deployed. So continuing to move around, the milling on the titanium looks really clean. You know, it's very, very nice. The liner lock on this guy, it's got a good lockup on it. It is a hybrid, so there is a steel insert into that titanium liner. And the scales cover the liner lock. So people that have complained about some of the other liner locks being difficult to deploy if you've got them configured for a lefty won't have that problem on this knife. What else? Standoffs are nice. You know, they're just basic standoffs, but they're probably something that you could modify if you so chose. Other than that, guys, it's really just a, you know, a great knife. It's got a great flipper on it. It's got a great blade. I love the blade. You know, it's nice and pointy if that's something that interests you. It's not a hollow ground. That is a flat ground. And it's got some weight reduction on the top here, so I've already covered that kind of swedge. But all in all, great knife. I would recommend it to people who want something different. You know, the 0640 is one that you'll like and appreciate for years to come. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Quick video for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Look for me on my other platforms, bitshoot.com, gunstreamer.com, and Facebook and Instagram. All of those platforms, I'm Jeff_Tack. That's all I got. Have a nice one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.